After all the turbulence in Karnataka, in which Yediyurappa was replaced with a new Chief Minister, Basavaraj Bommai, one would have thought that there would be some political calmness in Karnataka with the new government ready to conduct its work of governance. Well, you couldn't be more wrong about that, because just a week after that new government took office, the Chief Minister is facing dissent from within the ranks, from ministers who are crying about not getting ministerial berths, to MLAs saying they have been sidetracked, to people who've been made ministers saying that they don't like their portfolios, to the old guard saying that they will do nothing but embarrass this new Chief Minister. It's an incredibly turbulent time for the brand new Chief Minister of Karnataka. Take a look at just how bad it's become.
ನಾನು ಬಸವರಾಜ ಬೊಮ್ಮಾಯಿ.
Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. The phrase coming true for Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai just days into his tenure. All-out lobbying and wrangling breaking out after the Chief Minister announced portfolios for his new team. Disgruntled mantris and MLAs are playing hardball to get lucrative berths or even berths at all. Minister Anand Singh, who landed the tourism portfolio, is openly airing his discontent, even forcing the Chief Minister to give him a better one. The Hospet MLA, for instance, is even threatening to quit, forcing Chief Minister Bommai himself to firefight.
ನಾನು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕಾಣೋಕೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾ ನಾಳೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇನ್ನೂ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ.
ನಮ್ಮದು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಪಕ್ಷ, ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದ ಪ್ರಮುಖರು ಕೂಡ ಅವರ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತನಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಮಾತನಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಗ, ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ವಿಚಾರ ಅವರಿಂದ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇದೆ. ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
Madikeri MLA Appachu Ranjan, denied a ministerial berth, is also on the warpath. His supporters have given a Bengaluru Chalo call to protest against his exclusion.
ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈ ಸಾರಿ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾವಾರು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ನ್ಯಾಯವನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಶೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಇದು ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನನಗನ್ನಿಸ್ತಿದೆ. ಇದು ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಸರಿಯಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ MP ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೌನವನ್ನು ತಾಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
3 other BJP lawmakers air-dashed to Delhi to meet the party top brass. MLAs Ramesh Jarkiholi, Renukacharya and MLC CP Yogeshwar are eyeing 4 vacant berths in the cabinet. That's not all. Chief Minister Bommai also faces a challenge from the old guard that continues to embarrass him. Minister K.S. Ishwarappa asked party workers to hit back with double force if attacked, as the BJP is now in power.
ಒಬ್ಬ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತನ ಮೈ ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತೇನು ತೀರ್ಮಾನ? ಅವತ್ತು BCom at all cost, ಇವತ್ತು ಫೇಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್. ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಡಿತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೊಡೆದು ಒಂದಕ್ಕೆ ತೆಗೆದು ಬಿಡಿ. ಹೇಳೋದು ಬೇಡ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಶಕ್ತಿಶಾಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೇಳೋದ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸುದ್ದಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾರು ಬರಲ್ಲ.
Can Bommai address the teething troubles and ensure the BJP a trouble-free run in its southern bastion?
Now, Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai's honeymoon period has certainly come to a grinding halt. A few MLAs who did not become ministers are lobbying in Delhi. Another few MLAs who did become ministers are lobbying for even better portfolios. All in all, it looks like the Nataka in Karnataka saga has begun once again. For India Today in Bengaluru, this is Nolan Pinto.
And just in case you weren't already familiar with many of these faces, and you are, look at the dissidents who are posing a headache for Chief Minister Bommai. Anand Singh is unhappy that he's been made the tourism minister. He's demanding a better portfolio. He's been a well-known person who's been in the limelight during government formation many times in the past as well. Right now he says, I don't like this tourism ministry. Please give me something more appropriate for my so-called standing. Appachu Ranjan is the BJP MLA from Madikeri in the beautiful Kodagu area of Karnataka. He's upset over not being given a ministerial berth, and he has now called a Bengaluru Chalo Andolan from Kodagu. Ramesh Jarkiholi, another person who's constantly in the news. He's the BJP MLA from Gokak. He's currently lobbying for a cabinet berth. He's in fact here in Delhi. Renuka Charya is a BJP MLA from Honnali. Also flew to Delhi apparently to lobby for a cabinet berth. CP Yogeshwar, currently a BJP MLC, similarly is seeking a berth in the new Bommai cabinet. So you've got one minister who says, I don't like my portfolio. You've got one prominent MLA saying, please make me a minister. And you've got three MLAs, one corporator, who are sitting in Delhi right now saying, why has Mr. Bommai not made us chief ministers? We've got ministers. Here's some breaking news coming in on this now. In fact, the Anand Singh, the tourism minister, has just met former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa. And sources are telling India Today that Yediyurappa consoled him and asked him not to resign from the Bommai cabinet. Anand Singh has agreed not to take any extreme step as of now. He will meet Chief Minister Bommai later this evening. And he says that Yediyurappa will be speaking to the Chief Minister on his behalf. So this is a huge tantrum that has been thrown by Tourism Minister of Karnataka, Anand Singh, saying, I need a better portfolio. The headache for Chief Minister Bommai just a few days after taking office are only increasing. I want to go across to the BJP and the Congress in Karnataka. S. Prakash from the BJP, Suraj Hegde of the Congress. Welcome, gentlemen. Mr. Prakash, I know these things happen during government formation, cabinet formation, but you know, one would have expected that things will be a little calmer now. You've got Anand Singh openly demanding another portfolio. You've got a Bengaluru Chalo march that has been ordered by Appachu Ranjan from Kodagu. You've got three MLAs sitting in Delhi demanding cabinet berths. What's going on?
These are all minor issues which the government is ready to
This
face.
crisis, as it is being made out, Mr. Ranjan Appachu is a hardcore BJP loyalist. His supporters came down to Bangalore demanding a portfolio for him in the cabinet. They went back. It ended. Mr. Anand Singh has proved that he wants a better portfolio. He believes he can work better in a more effective portfolio. He is going to meet the Chief Minister and he has clearly stated, I will not go to the media and create embarrassment to the Chief Minister. And those whom you say they are in Delhi, they may be there for various personal reasons and to seek guidance from our senior party leaders. And I don't see any crisis in the Karnataka cabinet. These minor birth pangs will be there for any government. If you remember, during the Congress ministry expansion, buses were burnt, officers were attacked. That's not the scenario here. There is a perfect coordination in the government. Those ministers who have taken votes, they are already on the job. They are doing wonderful job. They have started doing good job.
But they are doing all this. But this demand is happening in the full public view, sir. It's making the leadership look like it does not have control over these ministers. You know, the people of Karnataka want governance now. They are a little tired of this, you know, power struggle that is constantly happening.
If somebody is asking for a ministerial berth, that doesn't mean that the governance is missing. Now, with the media at every step of the
With the media at every step of the officers, they will certainly react to it. I don't attach much importance to it. In a democracy, it is their right to seek for a better portfolio or for cabinet.
One would have expected,
There's nothing wrong.
one would have
crossed
thought
the limit. The ministers are already functioning.
My word is basically, Suraj Hegde, I don't know if you agree with me, is that after all the turbulence which we have seen since March this year, and India Today is the only channel that predicted it correctly, that Mr. Yediyurappa was being replaced. You know, all Indians have an appetite for a certain amount of tamasha in politics, a certain amount of democratic turbulence, as it were. But there has to be a limit to it. How long is it going to go on for?
So basically, I reiterate my point, Arurji. What was the necessity to change Yediyurappa in this period?
No, but that is not the point
Is
here.
it because of his corruption charges? Is it because he's
That's not your botheration, Mr. Suraj.
But that is not the point
That is
here.
not your problem. You focus on your party
What is
development.
my problem? Sir, please allow me to speak. I did not speak over you. I can also speak over it.
Your problem is you are not in power, so that is your problem.
So it's okay, sir. Being in power, you are in power. What are you doing? Prakashji, what are you doing? Your people are on the streets.
We are
One person is
governing,
coming
you
from
don't
Kodagu
worry.
in a car. Another person is coming here and telling they are not interested in this government.
So are they barred from coming into Bangalore?
Prakash ji, either you allow me to speak or you go on speaking. It's okay.
Okay, we have only 3 more minutes, so very quick comments. Yes, Suresh Hegde, finish your points.
Yeah. Sir, what is happening is people are coming from Coorg, different parts of the state, to this, the capital, telling give us ministry. They told we are coming out with a new face, this thing, that thing, all new, the drama was created for another 4 days in the TV. What happened? Once again, today we are seeing, hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Once again, today we are seeing the seniors are upset because they are not being made deputy CMs. The juniors are upset because they are not moved inside. People who are 5 times, 6 times MLAs are not being given ministry. What is new that they have created? Nothing new.
Okay.
Utter mess. People are already, because of COVID or something.
Last question, Mr. Prakash, because we have very limited time here. The simple question is, when is this going to end, sir? I mean, I take your point. You're saying that, these things can happen, doesn't mean governance is not happening. I accept that. But my simple question is, in the public eye, people will be saying that you've got a new chief minister. He should be powerful enough to crack the whip, enforce some discipline, and get everyone working instead of sitting and lobbying for ministerial berths. How long can you blame democracy for this, sir?
No, I'm not blaming the democracy. I said these are all minor hiccups when a cabinet is new cabinet assumes office. Chief Minister certainly is the captain of the team, and he will ensure all these demands or whatever the
your ministers were doing it, you are telling the
will
same
be
thing for
resolved
us.
immediately.
When you are in opposition, you people used to sit down and shout.
Sir,
What happens?
the
The whole
governance
change
is
when you
not
come into becoming a
affected.
ruling
If somebody is demanding ministerial berth, there is nothing wrong in it. Kindly have
when
patience.
it was
Let
happening in Congress, they were
government is
shouting.
functioning. That is the problem with the Congress party.
Where is the
They
government
expected a
functioning, sir?
turmoil. That has not happened. You don't see any
Zero
governance
governance.
because you are not there. Though the government is there
Zero
with the ministers and the officials, they are functioning, they are executing their duty. Kindly have patience, and as Shiv, in another day or two, all these issues will be resolved, and there will not be any dissent voice or demand for any cabinet berth by anyone. The chief minister is seized of the
Actually,
matter.
we don't require your ministers at all if the officials are running it. Why do we require ministers? Run it like this only.
Okay.
Why do we need opposition also?
I'm going to
who are
bring this
not
to a close,
responsible?
but the point is, the point
You want to have
is,
a dictatorial regime, is it?
the point is that the people who are causing all this noise right now, protesting, coming and lobbying in Delhi, demanding another portfolio, are not some fringe elements. They are serving ministers, serving corporators, serving MLAs who are doing this, and it doesn't augur well as far as control and leadership is concerned. That's what the public perception is going to be. They are going to be wondering, when are things going to settle down so Karnataka can, go on without any distractions. That is the point here. Suraj Hegde, S. Prakash, thank you very much for joining me on this story. Before we end today's show, I just want to quickly re-up the story we began today's broadcast of 5 Live with on the big surge in cases in Kerala. This is to tell you that this has nothing to do so far with any kind of new variant. This is not being looked at this time by the health ministry or the medical bodies. The surge is being looked at in various other ways as well. Genomic sequencing is being given top priority to try and understand and map where this surge is actually coming from and how it might affect other parts of the country. So this has nothing to do with any kind of new variant being looked at. I wanted to clarify that quickly.